Good morning. I'm April Chadwick,
I'm Diane Gertis.
and this is the Mortgage Advantage Corner. And this week, we decided that we would have the McGinns on, Shawn and Terry McGinn. And one of the most important reasons I think that they should come on or even speak to anyone in the real estate community is because they are truly amazing at what they do. And they set out one goal only, and have killed it in every way possible. And especially in my position where I coach agents, or when agents come to me for help or what they can do for prospecting, one of the big things that they're always looking forward to do or wanting to do is farming. And what a lot of agents consider farming is picking an area and sending postcards. And that's all they want to do, pretty much. And they think they should get the business. Well, Shawn and Terry, I feel, have done it completely differently. And I would just like to introduce Shawn and Terry. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
And then why don't you guys tell us a little bit about yourselves, like what you did before you got into real estate, before I go into how come you guys are such masters at what you do.
Superstar.
Well, we both started as teachers, and I've only lasted about 8 years as a teacher before I decided to get out of teaching. And then I got into appraisals. And from 2003 to 2015, I was just a full-time real estate appraiser. And then I got my license in 2018 and have been doing full-time the first year I did kind of half appraisals, half real estate. And then my second year I did no appraisals, and third year, no appraisals. And this will be going on my fourth year, and I don't plan on doing them, hopefully.
Well, just to be clear, this is all you've done, almost not quite 3 full years yet of real estate. Not quite 3 full years.
Yeah.
So that's
Well,
appointment. Yeah.
3 full. I did 2018, 19, and 20. 2021 will be my fourth.
Well, I'm just
My
making
senior year, as I call it.
Well, that's right. You've just almost completed your third year, and the first year was just part-time.
Right.
Okay.
And then
Terry?
Terry?
Well, let's see. I was a teacher way longer, and one of the reasons I like to teach for a long time is because I can work with people and help people, and a lot of problem solving. And especially this year, you'll all realize that with all the teachers and those of you who've been homeschooling, how intricate it is in relationships, how important they are. So for me to go over with Shawn, working, as a realtor on his team, that was great because I got my license in the fall of 2019. And so last year, 2020 was my first full year. So I guess that makes me a sophomore in the real estate game.
Going for the older men, aren't you, Terry?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, I will say though, but both of you guys, okay, Terry, you were an elementary or middle school art teacher, and Shawn, you were a middle school boys PE teacher. So I think both of those have given you everything you need to do to deal with other people in the real estate community.
Yeah.
What you say for the most part.
Yeah.
And then, so where do you guys market?
Our market is Sun Lakes.
And that is your home market, correct?
That's our home market. We live in there. That's where we're trying to work in. And, not that we won't go out of Sun Lakes, but we prefer to be in Sun Lakes and invest ourselves in Sun Lakes.
Well, and I use you guys as such an example too, because, and I know I've talked to Shawn about this, but I use you guys as an example because once again, about farming, you guys picked Sun Lakes and you live in Sun Lakes, correct?
Yes.
And you do everything in Sun Lakes. You guys decided to go in there and just make it about you guys and being a part and creating those relationships.
Yeah, we've invested in the community. We do a lot of, for instance, like the Citrus Pickers is a group of people. It starts next week. We get together on Saturday and Monday and pick fruit for the people who can't do it themselves, and then they donate it all to St. Mary's Food Bank. So
it's an annual event that's done for 5 weeks. And so again, it helps not only the people here who can't do it, because we have so much and we do share anyways, but it really makes a big difference for a lot of the people just can't get out in the yard. But we do give it to the different food banks and different groups that also need it, that are sharing it. So we meet a lot of people there. And it's funny because last year was our first year that we did this activity, this community activity. And we're like, oh, we know you, we saw you, you were at the open house. And so, I mean, we walked in there like, and we had our Straight Out of Sun Lakes shirts on, of course. And everybody's like, oh, yeah. And so we, you know, they know us by our, you know, our logo, our, you know, our marketing.
And that is one thing that you guys have done. You guys, another thing that you guys have done in being able to farm a certain areas, you branded yourself right off the bat. I mean, you guys didn't sit, and a lot of agents will hem and haw, well, I don't know what I want to do, and I don't know when I should do it, and I'm not really this, and you guys didn't. I mean, you did Sunny Lakes, then you went to Straight Out of Sun Lakes. It has all been about Sun Lakes, and you guys went into it with that intention by moving there. You guys, and then doing the fruit picking, not only that, you get to know the people's homes, and you're literally meeting people in your community that way. You're giving back to your community. But then also you guys are involved in what, cornhole leagues, and you know, you do.
Yeah, and we joined a group right when we first moved in here. We're about 100 people maybe in it, and we didn't really do anything in last year due to COVID, but in 18 and 19, there was pretty much about every month there was one event. So that's just kind of how we got to know all these people. And, you know, we just took a listing this week because it was somebody from that group, and we know them. We don't hang around with them a lot, but they said, well, they called us first. You know, they were like, oh, we just remember you guys from the TAC Club. And so they called us, and we went over and talked to them, and we're going to be listing their house.
Well, and also, like, okay, you've got that. Then when you guys moved in, I mean, or I remember it was during the summer, but you guys would go to the pool in the afternoon. So then therefore you would find a way to market. You made sunscreen with your name on it to hand out. You have a local, like, I'm not going to say a local tavern. There's a couple, but you've got a local tavern that's in your neighborhood that you guys have frequented and become a part of as well. And then it's all about getting to know people. And once again, I use the example. I remember going to brunch with you both, and where you guys live has numerous restaurants, but living or going to brunch with you guys, and you guys sitting there go, maybe we'll do an open house today. Sure, let's go do it. Now this, mind you, for those watching, that we're in Arizona. So in other parts of the nation, and this isn't necessary, I'm going to say before COVID, but last year was a little bit different in Arizona. Our market's been crazy, but right now in January of 2021, Arizona or Phoenix is the second largest city that people are moving to. And we literally have no inventory, none. So when you hear other stories right now across the nation, we're in a totally different area. So for like Shawn and Terry right now, if they were going to sit around and go, oh, maybe we'll do an open house today, that's not an option because homes aren't on the market long enough, right? But that a year ago, that's what you guys did. You guys would start your day off and go, well, what do you want to do today? Well, we can hold an open house. And you did it because you were that invested in where you live.
Mm-hmm. And we still do them. That's another one of our ways to meet people. We've learned that we've known people just from in the neighborhood just because they're the looky-loos that just go to open houses, but they know us now. We'll see them somewhere else and they're like, oh, we know you guys. And the beauty of Sun Lakes too is you don't have to do all this advertising you literally can put out signs. And we did one last weekend. I think we had 23 groups in there. Didn't put it on Facebook, didn't do anything, just on the MLS listed it as open house. But there's just so many people out and about in Sun Lakes that
the one thing that we have in Sun Lakes, when you have a sign up there, you have to have the box of the flyers. Oh my gosh, I can't even, hundreds. We've gone through people taking it and calling us. And we do say, open house Saturday. And a lot of the people that we found, they're not only looking for themselves, or maybe they're looking for friends and family. So again, we do have one listing right now. We'll have 2 listings, starting next week. But you have one, and again, it usually gets you your next sale. And exactly what happened. Hey, we just met you up in the house. Can you show us this? And so
Right.
I know a lot of people shy away from them, but we've been very careful during COVID because we've been doing open houses. And again, you know, you take the precautions. It does make me nervous if the people are still living in the home. If they're gone and it's unoccupied, I don't have any qualms about it. We'll sit out. It's nice enough for us to sit on the porch. We have the masks. We give them the option, and we do tell them the home is not occupied. So it's okay for you to touch the knob, you know, because homes that are occupied, the rules are different now, and you're not supposed to touch this or open this. And again, if it's an occupied home, we've got the signs up, please, you know, refrain from touching this. But you just adjust. But man, they're very popular. And
Of course. Well, once again, you taught elementary kids, so you know how to tell people not to touch things. You're very good at that.
I do. Please
So
wash
we're
your
good at
hands.
that. You got
Yes.
that. We've got that. You've got that down. But
I
then
do the PE teacher thing and I just yell at them, make them do push-ups.
it is round them around. See, that's why you guys are so good at
Yeah.
it. But then
I don't-
go back into farming on it, Shawn and Terry, when you guys first started, and I remember, Shawn, like you started with open houses.
Yep.
And to get your name out there. And it wasn't an easy market to break into. You definitely had agents that were seasoned in Sun Lakes. Now, seasoned doesn't mean successful. It just means that they've been in the area long enough that really put up a fight with you guys.
Right.
Well, and I would like to, if I could interject, that
Yeah.
what I liked is that it never deterred you. You never said, oh, I can't market in that area because, you know, there are other agents there and they're already marketing and they're already really, you know, they're pretty successful. I hear that all the time. But you never even said that. It was never even, you never even thought about it.
Right.
You-
It took a while to crack into it. I don't know if I even had a sale my first year in Sun Lakes. I got a couple listings and that's kind of what got the ball rolling with doing open houses and meeting people, because before I couldn't get, you know, it was hard to get any open houses from anybody in Sun Lakes because they're very protective in here. And so I got the one listing, and then I think that kind of just snowballed into a couple on the same street, 2 more listings. Because what we found is a lot of people interview you at open houses to list their house. They come in, they want to see how you operate. And if they like you, they'll say, can you stop by my house after your open house? That's happened to us multiple times, actually. So that's almost like built-in marketing right there.
And
It is.
you don't know this one, but I'm also an interior designer and I do have my staging certification. And that's why I have my art degree. But they'll come in and say, oh, did you stage? Did someone stage this house? I said, yeah, I did. And they'll go, I said, and yeah, you know, and if you're really thinking about it, one of the things that we offer, besides the fact that Shawn is an appraiser and can give you really good comps for your home, I said, I'm the one that'll help you with, you know, staging your home, telling you what to do, what to go through, what to not do. And if they need more assistance where I have to bring in another staff member to help me stage the house for them, we do that. And again, with our age group, they may not have the mobility to move the furniture or to do stuff. So for us, that's been a really good marketing tool for us. And the other thing is, now I'm not a professional photographer, but one of the big complaints that we heard last year was when they would bring in these professional photographers, and I got the camera, all the business too, but they would distort the photos. And again, I take my own pictures. I try to make them very accurate, and I'm not trying to stretch anything. And I've had multiple people say, hey, who did your photos? Those are really great. And it looks just like what we saw and because people are sophisticated now, looks like just what we saw in person was what I saw on the photographs. So that also was something surprising that I did not expect.
Well, you guys have always given, well, 2 things. You're also giving something of value to people. That is one of the biggest things. So many people just want business rather than giving value to people. And you're invested. I mean, I don't know how many times, I know Shawn and Terry, you both have had a client that was closing in the hospital.
Oh, yeah.
And you would have to literally go and move them. And then not only that, you've got the community together to help move them. And that's another thing that the community sees. You're very, very invested, and you guys are very, very much giving, not only trying to sell their home or give them that, but be part of the community that can help with that. And
Yep.
let me ask you this. How many, now, just so those don't know, Shawn and Terry, literally 3 years in the business, you have doubled your business every year.
Pretty close.
Pretty close. Yeah, we have, because
Have doubled your business every year.
yeah, first year I did 10, second year, I think it was 16, and then last year was 32.
Right. And especially off of volume, volume wise or dollar amount, you double, you basically exponentially.
Yeah.
do.
Oh, yeah.
How many, since you're farming, how many postcards did you send out?
0.
How many flyers did you send out?
None.
How many newsletters did you send out?
None.
All right. Well, then what I would like to know for you guys is what would be your advice for people that want to farm? What is your advice to that?
Just invest yourself in your community. It's a little more built in for us here, the way the Sun Lakes is set up, but every community, there's a way to be involved and do stuff. And, like certain agents that do community garage sales, things like that. If people see you are invested in the community and you're not just looking for your next commission, I think they respect you more, and, they know you're in it to help them and not just in it to list their house for the cheapest price so it sells in a day. So I think that's what it is mainly.
I think because of COVID, and I know a lot of the realtors or people who are listening to this do pop buys, and I do quarterly, and they're very competitive. And I do these yard stakes or these yard things that go in their yard, and then we put on the back of it, straight out of Sun Lakes team, with the card on the back. And I'll usually have like an inspirational saying or something to go along, just to kind of keep. And every quarter, and they get jealous if they don't get one of these things in their yard. So I mean, I started out with maybe 30 or 40 last.
Yeah.
We did an Easter one. We were the Bunny Lakes. We went around and we did that. And then we did, I did these because everybody was so desperate in the spring from COVID. We didn't know it. I did these flowers that spin, and everybody loved those. And then in the fall, I went and did different stakes with the little scarecrows. And now we just did the Christmas ones in the yard. So now I'm sitting here going, okay, do I want to do Valentine's Day but they love it, and they know that it's from us, and they're still in their yards. So, and we take them to current client as well as people we've met at open houses.
Mm-hmm.
We did have one of rental property. Make sure we always go to them, or if we know that they're like the mom of somebody who bought, you go over there too.
We did well over 100 for Christmas, and she put one in every house on our street. She put one.
Aww.
So it's crazy because people and
we have a listing coming up on our street. Yes, coming down the line too. But they know who we are. But it's visible, and it's COVID friendly. So where you would stop by and you put it in their yard. You try to sneak in, and they're like, oh, it just brightened my day. Thanks.
Yeah. But you look forward to doing that too.
Oh yeah. It's quarterly because it's too much work if you do it monthly. Yeah.
How many? Look, I've been to where you guys live, and you guys literally have people driving by on their golf carts all day long, waving at you guys.
Oh yeah, everybody in here is friendly like that.
Tell them about our golf cart. What we have.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's one way. Why a lot of people know us too is because we bought. They call it it's a 6-seater golf cart, like a limo golf cart that we can take people around to when they look at houses, and not in the summer, they don't like it, but in the winter, they just love it. Just cruising around on the golf cart, looking at houses. One of our last clients, the ones that bought on the golf course that Diane took care of, I think that's why they chose us, because they came to our open house, and, they said, oh, we're looking for under 300,000, this and that. And we ended up well over that.
And they didn't know the community. And we said, you know what, get on the golf cart. Let's go check out we have 5 different clubhouses and 5 communities in Sun Lake. So okay, so you're looking at, we took them to several different the clubhouses and the different amenities that each one has different. And we then took them out and had some lunch. So, but we had to take them. A lot of people aren't familiar with it. Well, like, hey, just ask us, we'll take you on a tour, or your friends. We even let the friends borrow it, which we probably should not do, but we do.
But you've set yourself apart so people can recognize you. They know who you are. When you two come around, they know who you are. And that's what you got to do, is set yourself apart.
That's a big key. And just like you said, you got to be invested in it and show people, a lot of them just donate $100 or whatever when they do a sale, but it's nice that they're donating to these groups, but they're not really invested in it. They don't help out with anything. They just, anybody can do that every time you make a sale, but I think it's just helping people. And this is a very helpful community. There's a gentleman in here that somehow got hooked up with a food bank, and a couple times a week, he brings a U-Haul full of food. You'd be shocked how many people in Sun Lakes need that. And there'll be cars lined up at the clubhouse, and we're trying to help him and stuff. And if he needs money for like the U-Haul rental, we'll help out and stuff like that. But that's just kind of how Sun Lakes is. It's like life 30 years ago, really. It's not like a normal neighborhood.
You're their neighbor. You're a part of their community, and they feel safe. Everybody wants to feel safe. Everybody just wants a big hug right now. Everybody wants to feel safe. So, and then Diane, do you have anything that you want to add to what sets Shawn and Terry apart?
Well, part of it is, I think we all talk about, we need to build relationships. This is a relationship building business. I guess every business is, but especially real estate. And Shawn and Terry are so good at building relationships, and they're not arrogant. I mean, Shawn, you're not arrogant. Terry, you're not arrogant. So many people we work with in all walks of life come across like they've got, I can't be vulgar, but they do not come across they don't really care. They look like they're in it for the commission. Or if they do have success, they want to make sure everybody knows about it. And both of you are very humble. You both are not arrogant. You come across warmly, like you want to be their friend. Well, not in a creepy way, but just that you come across in just such and it's calm. Shawn, I've been very lucky, blessed that Shawn has allowed or chose us to work with him on some of his transactions. And the way that you handle issues are going to come up. You can do everything right in this business, and something's going to go wrong. And every time something has gone a little hinky, you haven't gone to pieces. You haven't gone, oh my goodness, I can't believe this is happening to me. Not once. You just said, well, let's look. We always have to look.
No, that's what he doesn't do that to you. He tells me, I'm like, calm down. That's why it's good to work with a partner. Okay, now call Diane. But no,
wait, excuse me, I have something to say here. Not true.
Yeah, no, he does.
Yeah, what the client's going to take on the personality of the agent. And so if you go to get hysterical, then the client's going to get hysterical.
Right.
And every time we've had an issue, you've been able to be very calm and take care of it. We've had appraisal issues, and you handled it with grace. And I think Eric did have to rewrite one of your letters, but other than that,
yes.
but we were able to overcome whatever issues that we've had in the transactions. And that is really a stamp, a mark of not a good agent, but a great agent. So that's for only being in it, for being your full third year, that's really incredible.
It is. And
I think the appraisal part of it helped kind of just ease into it, because people freaked out on appraisals all the time. I had people call me telling me I ruined their Christmas, this and that, because I didn't appraise their house for so much. And the appraisers get beat on a lot. Most of them deserve it, but it's prepared me.
I think it also helped at least what the real estate business was like. You had an idea on that. Yeah. But to tag on and to kind of wrap this up, I think to go on to what Diane was saying, and I think the word she was looking for was that you guys are very genuine. You're very genuine. I mean, you're a genuine real estate agent. You genuinely care about people. You genuinely want to be a part of your community. You live there. You live right smack in it. You genuinely enjoy doing things with your neighbors.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and if I, oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say, you have to be invested here. You get sniffed out, so to speak, really quick if you're not invested. Same thing with people who do, contractors in Sun Lakes. If you're not in it for the people, it quickly becomes known to everybody who is who and what is what. And you have to be invested in it, in them and the neighborhood.
Right. And to be genuine, and you are. Like, it's just good. What were you gonna say, Diane?
Oh, I was just going to be that even early on in our relationship, a lot of realtors, when I let them know I'm a lender, is like, oh, you're a lender, they act like I've got COVID or something and start running. So, but Shawn and Terry never did that. They were, to use your word, they were very genuine. They asked questions about me, about my life, even though they didn't know me from anyone. And I think that is a really a big thing with Shawn and Terry. They're, like you said, you guys are actually invested in Sun Lakes, and you're invested in not only Sun Lakes, but whoever the people are that you're working with, not just necessarily Sun Lakes.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I just want to let you guys know, I think you guys, I mean, I just adore you both to pieces. I really do. And I look up to you guys and how you've done your real estate. You guys are rock stars.
We couldn't do it without you guys. Thank you so
We
much. for
love
helping
you
us.
so
Yes.
much.
And that's how we look at things, is you have to work with your coach, your lender, your title, if it's not all in sync. And we've had some title experiences, haven't we, Diane?
Oh my goodness.
And, we got through them, but
Yeah.
one cog out of whack messes up the whole process.
And it is a team. Yes.
We couldn't be honored. I couldn't be more honored to play on this team, to be a part of this team. I could not be more honored. It's a pretty bad butt team.
Oh.
So, and they're your teachers. You guys will keep me in line otherwise. Is there anything else you wanted to say, Diane?
No, just have really appreciated the relationship with Shawn and Terry, and allowing me to work with them.
Absolutely. Turned into a love fest. Well, we appreciate everything you guys have done for us. Like you said, we couldn't do it. It is a team, and you need to seek out people that you can work with. And again, you want to give to them. Again, that's what, and you want them to come back to you. So that's why it works for us.
Well, absolutely. And once again, this is Shawn and Terry McGinn with Straight Out of Sun Lakes. And Sun Lakes, they're going to be we call them the mayor. And what is it? The mayoress?
Yes.
Yeah.
The mayors of Sun Lakes. So thank you guys. Love you.
And people can look, if they want to look at our website, it's just straightoutofsunlakes.com.
And I suggest everybody should. You guys have done an amazing job. All
Thank
right.
you.
Have a great day.
Have a great Friday.
Right.
Have a great weekend. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.